Scare Me by K.R Alexander, Chapter 19. Around me I can hear the music and laughter of our opponents, the masked mummies, as they put the finishing touches on their ground floor funhouse. But I ignore them, because right now Mr. Evans is in the basement, going for a tour of my haunted graveyard. And I have maybe 5 minutes to find the mannequin and slip it downstairs without him noticing. I told Julia to keep him by the swamp and show off the various lights and special effects. She and Tanisha think I'm using the bathroom. I have to be fast. I have to hope Patricia is too busy upstairs to wander down and spy again. As quick as I can, I make my way down the back corridor towards the broom closet. This part of the mansion is off limits for decorating, and it's strange to see all the original furniture once more. I swear the hall tilts back here. It feels like walking on the deck of a ship. There's so many doors, but I vaguely remember which one holds all the excess stuff. We had to grab the vacuum from here last year to clean up some of the glitter Patricia had thrown over the floor of our lab. Thankfully, the door isn't locked, and there's no mistaking the mannequin in the corner. She faces away from me, her long dress covered in dust and cobwebs. Seeing her here, facing away with a veil draped over her broken neck brings my dreams back to focus. Suddenly, this is the very last place I want to be. I try to take it as a good sign. Sorry, I mutter. Then, before I can talk myself out of it, I grab her around the waist and take her out of the storeroom. The mannequin is a lot lighter than I expected her to be, and much colder, too. My heart thuds in my chest so loud I can practically hear my pulse as I creep down the long hallway. I pause at every single noise or creak. I haven't thought of a good explanation for if Mr. Evans comes back early or stops me on the stairs. Immediately, I kick myself for not thinking this through. Maybe I should have grabbed the mannequin while he was looking at Patricia's stuff, but she went and got him before I could stop her, and how would I have known he was here in the first place? Miraculously, I make it to the basement steps without Mr. Evans or anyone else stopping me. I pause at the door and open it a crack, trying to make out the sounds below. I try to ignore it. It must be my overactive imagination or nerves, but I swear I can feel the mannequin breathe. Over the recorded sounds of crickets and thunder, I faintly hear Julia explaining how we made the water look so murky. Good. I need to get this thing hidden quick before I get discovered or drop and break it. If it keeps creeping me out, it might happen on purpose. One step at a time, I make my way down into the basement. My breath catches at every creaky step down, but there's no turning back now. I just have to get her to the back corner where I already have a few trash bags hanging as a changing area of sorts. I make it off the stairs, around the corner of a hanging trash bag. I'm in the clear. The stretch from here to the changing area is completely hidden away by a trash bag wall, and there's no way Mr. Evans would come back here for you. I take 3 steps in, and the bag behind me rustles. I stop cold. What are you doing? Tanisha asks. Thankfully, she says it quietly. Slowly, I turn around and face my friend and teammate. She stands there in the makeshift hall with her hands on her hips and a very disapproving look on her face. I stammer. She just shakes her head. You're stealing the mannequin? I can't believe you. Just borrowing, I whisper fiercely. I'll put it back. Kevin, I know, but look at it. It's so creepy. I turn the mannequin to face her. She actually flinches away when I hold it out. Ugh, she responds. You said you were going to get a replacement. I couldn't find one in time, I lie. It had to be this one. I've known it all along. Tanisha looks like she's going to argue. Please, I say, no one has to know. She's going to be hidden until the very end, and it's a quick jump scare. No one will really see it, and Julia and Mr. Evans are the only ones who recognize it. They'll believe us if we tell them it's a different one, inspired by the basement bride. They'll believe you because you always tell the truth, Tanisha says. At least you did. That stings. I know it's wrong, I say, but I also know that this prop and the bride story are what will win. I have to be Patricia this year. I have to. Tanisha looks at me for a long time, sizing me up, but She knows that I'm telling the truth about this at the very least. When we lost last year, I was torn up for weeks. Even after the illness, I couldn't eat or sleep or focus. I'd felt like my dreams of getting out of here and going somewhere big with my life, doing something big with my life, had been ripped from my hands. She'd been the one comforting me and telling me that this year we'd win no matter what. I can tell she's regretting it. Fine, just if anyone realizes this is the original mannequin, it's all on you. I want nothing to do with it. Got it? I nod. Thanks, I whisper, for not telling on me, for still being my friend. I think. I'm not so certain about the last part. I worry this might have taken it too far, lying not just to Mr. Evans but to my friends. Then I remember Patricia's gloating earlier today, and the worry fades, or at least turns from sickness to resolve. I have to do this. Have to. Tanisha doesn't respond, just shakes her head and disappears back into the haunted basement. I think I hear her mutter, "Unbelievable," as she leaves. Relief flooding through my veins, I lean the mannequin carefully against the wall. I'll come in early tomorrow night to set her up before the others get here. Tomorrow, I say to the mannequin as I drape a trash bag over her, hiding her almost completely. Then, when I turn to go, I hear a female voice whisper to my back, "Tomorrow."